Welcome to Chop Rich's Japanese Language Training Center. We provide an online tutorial for people who aspires to work in Japan. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to keep you updated on our lessons to help you master Japanese language in no time. Konnichiwa, hello. In today's lesson, we'll be discussing about so des and so desu ka. I know you've been hearing those words on Japanese movies, Japanese animes, and Japanese conversations. But what's really the difference between the two and how do we use them? And of course, we'll also be discussing the prefix o. Alright, let's begin. Hajimemashou ka? Hajimemashou ne? So let's begin with so desu. So what does so desu mean? So the word so is often used to answer in the affirmative way for a question requiring an affirmative or negative answer. Remember, it is used to answer in an affirmative way or in a positive way. And of course, the expression hi, so des can be used. Of course, since so des is to answer affirmatively, you can add hi and then so des when answering it. So let's see the example here. So, それは辞書ですか? Is this a dictionary or is that a dictionary? And then, of course, if it is a dictionary and you'll be answering in an affirmative way, you'll say, hi, so desu. Or yes, it is. Again, the question is, それは辞書ですか? Is that a dictionary? And if it is a dictionary, you say, hi, so desu. Yes, it is. Now, what if it is not an affirmative answer? What if it is not a dictionary? Or you just have to answer, or your answer is negative. So for that, so is not used, or not usually used because, as I've said, so is for an affirmative answer. In that case, when the answer for the question is a negative, we have higaimasu. Or it's more common to say hi or hi, gomenasai. Higaimasu. So, or no, it isn't. Followed by the correct. Again, you're gonna answer in an affirmative way, so des or hi, so des, and then negative, higaimasu. So let's see the example. Okay, here's the question. それはミラさんのですか? Is that Mr. Miller's? Again, それはミラさんのですか? Is that Mr. Miller's? If it is not, いえ、違います. No, it isn't. いえ、違います. Wherein いえ is of course no, and then 違います is it is not. And then, as I've said, you could answer with 違います and then followed by the correct answer. So it could also be in this form. それはシャープペンシルですか? Is that a mechanical pencil? So if it is not, you can answer いえ、ボールペンです. No, it's a ballpoint. Again, いえ、ボールペンです. No, it's a ballpoint. You could also do this. Okay? わかりましたか? わかったね? わかりましたね? Now, you already know how to use so des. And then, 違います. Let's move on to そうですか? そうですか? Could be used with a tone like that. So, そうですか? What's that? So this expression is used by the speaker to acknowledge some new information. Again, new information he or she has just been given. It is pronounced with the following intonation. So, did you understand the difference between so des and so desu ka? So des is answering in an affirmative way, while so desu ka is your answer when you're given or when you attain a new information that you previously did not know. Okay, here's an example. この傘はあなたのですか? Is this umbrella yours? この傘はあなたのですか? Or is this umbrella yours? And then of course, the answer is いいえ、違います。Schmidt-san です。No, it isn't. It's Mr. Schmidt. Again, いいえ、違います。Schmidt-san です。No, it isn't. It's Mr. Schmidt. And then the answer is そうですか? Or, oh, I see. Like that in English. So, when you say or when you reply with そうですか, the listener knew or would know that the information is new to you. For example, if I give you my age or if I tell you my age, which you previously did not know, your answer would be そうですか? Isn't it? Because my age is unknown to you, wherein if I tell it to you, you would find out about it as a new information, right? Okay. So again, don't forget, so this is for affirmative answer, while so des ka is an answer when you gain a new information. Wakarimashita ka? Wakata ne ka? Let's move on to prefix o. So, I believe you've heard in some Japanese conversation that there's an instant or an abundant use of o in their words, right? So what is this prefix? So the prefix o is attached to words when the speaker is speaking polite. Meaning, those words could have not o in the beginning, but the speaker is just adding the prefix o just to appear or just to speak polite. For example, oya, omiyage. Omiyage is a souvenir or sometimes it could also be a gift. It could just be pronounced as miyage, but you could have add o to make it politer. And the sake, which is a Japanese alcohol, it could also be just called sake, but then people usually add o in front or before the word sake to make it more polite. So other words in Japanese that have or usually added o in front are the hirugohan, lunch. You could have heard people say ohirugohan, or with meal, gohan, they would say ogohan, or even with egg, tamago, o tamago. And of course, with money, that's why you've always heard okane for money, right? Wakarimashita ka? Wakata ne? So don't fret whenever you heard a certain word with an o in front. Don't think that is it a new word? Is it a new vocabulary? No, it's not. They just added o to speak politely to you. All right? Okay. So, all right. That's going to do it for today. So, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be updated with our lessons so you can master Japanese language in no time. Mata ne!